The first time I carried a cutlass to school, I thought I was going to become a man. My father's car was filled to the roof. Mattress, bucket, trunk box, palm oil, even mosquito net. It looked like I was relocating to London. But I didn't know something. I wasn't going to school. I was walking into war. And the first battle was over a bucket of water. This is the story of my first term in a Nigerian boarding school, 1986. When telephones were not in pockets but sitting proudly in sitting rooms like crowned kings. Seniors were law, and forgiveness only lasted 7 days. The letter came on a hot Tuesday afternoon. Post. Everybody ran out like NEPA just brought light. My father adjusted his glasses like a judge, about to deliver a verdict. "We are pleased to inform you," I screamed before he finished reading. I passed. Common entrance conquered. That evening, the landline did not rest. "Hello? You pass? Yes. Which school?" "St. Andrew's Grammar School." "And me too." We were shouting like politicians who just rigged elections successfully. I slept that night, dreaming of ties, blazers, and speaking Queen's English. I did not know I would soon be speaking frog, jump, language. The school prospectus was longer than my primary school textbook. "Bring 1 cutlass," my mother frowned. "Is he going to war?" my father said proudly. "Grammar school builds discipline. We bought everything. 2 white shirts. 2 blue shorts. Sunday wear. Bucket, plaid. Cup, cutleries. Broom, palm oil. Rob, padlock. Cutlass." Departure day came. Our Peugeot 504 looked like we were relocating permanently. Neighbors gathered. "David, read your book. Oh, don't join bad gang. Remember us when you become governor." I waved like a small politician. I was not ready. Registration, T. Locker assigned. Dormitory shown. Everything felt exciting until it was time to say goodbye. My mother hugged me too tight. My father shook my hand like I was signing a contract. Their car drove off. I waved. And suddenly, the school became bigger. The sky became wider. And my chest became tight. That night, boys cried quietly into pillows. One boy cried loudly. A senior shouted, "If you don't stop that generator sound, we will service you. Silence." Welcome to boarding school. Tradition. New boys were given 1 week of grace. No punishment for 7 days. We relaxed. We laughed. We made mistakes boldly. Then came the water tap. The sun was wicked that afternoon. We queued for water. When it was my turn, I placed my bucket. Another boy removed it quietly and replaced it with his own. I saw red. I flung his bucket away. "Are you blind?" The compound froze. He was shorter than me, but older. A senior. People looked at me like I had just slapped the headmaster. He stared at me slowly. Then he smiled. "No problem. Forgiveness week saved me. But forgiveness has expiry date." Week 2 began. Suddenly I was the most popular junior. Late to assembly? Frog, jump, pull. Shirt not tucked in? Sweep entire corridor. Talking during prep? Kneel down. The same short senior would whisper when he passed me. "Bucket boy." I wanted the ground to open. Lesson learned. In boarding school, rank is not by height. One afternoon, we were playing football. Time flew. Down the time we ran to the refectory, it was closed. Food prefect stood like immigration officer. "Late. Please, sir. No food. Punishment." Cut the overgrown grass on the football field. Under the afternoon sun. As I cut grass angrily, sweat entering my eyes, I realized something. The cutlass was not decoration. It was destiny. Visiting day was paradise. Parents came with coolers. Fried rice, chicken, minerals. When my mother opened our cooler, boys gathered spiritually. I shared. Because in boarding school, if you don't share, you won't have friends. When my parents left that evening, I tried to act strong. But when I returned to the dormitory, the silence was louder than any noise. Week by week, my items vanished. First, spoon. Then, palm oil. Then, one white shirt. Then my robe. Some things I lost carelessly. Some were stolen. Some were borrowed permanently. One senior collected my bucket. You don't need two. I had only one. Boarding school was teaching me economics. Supply was low. Demand was wicked. One night, someone screamed. Something touched me. Chaos. Lights on. It was a rat. But sleep never fully returned. Boarding school teaches courage by force. As Christmas approached, tension rose. If you fail, you repeat. I studied harder than ever in my life. Because now, I understood something. This place was not just punishment. It was preparation. I learned to wash my clothes, manage hunger, choose friends carefully, endure embarrassment, respect hierarchy. I was changing. Quietly. Holiday announcement came like freedom decree. Packing day. My once glorious box looked defeated. One shirt torn. Bucket dented. Sandal missing. I wore slippers home. When my parents arrived, my mother's eyes widened. Where's your sandal? I cleared my throat. School things. My father smiled knowingly. You have started learning. As we drove home, I looked back at the school gate. 3 months earlier, I arrived excited. Now I was tired, but stronger. I thought the worst was over. I was wrong, because second term was when forgiveness disappeared. Seniors stopped smiling. Midnight punishments began. Interhouse sports turned boys into warriors. And one night, they woke us up at 12 a.m. That was the night I realized surviving first term was easy. Second term, that was where boys stopped crying and started fighting. If you think first term was intense, wait until you hear what happened next.